Yeah, so what I was mentioning is that this one you want to make it as practical as possible. So let me confirm if you have downloaded the tool Power BI, because we are starting with Power BI today. Have you downloaded the tool, Mr. Suleiman? Suleiman?
Hello. Not yet. I joined to know which between the two we were to speak,
Sorry?
but I was in for the other. Sorry, I'm in a car.
You're in a car?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah.
actually from work. So since this one was the first meeting,
Yeah.
I joined to know what. Yeah, no, I was in for the other packages. For the other package, not this one.
The Tableau.
Yeah, exactly. Tableau.
Okay. Yeah. So we are starting with Power BI.
Oh, it's okay.
Then we jump into Tableau.
It's okay. It's okay.
So you haven't downloaded it yet, eh?
Not yet. But I'll.
Okay. Yeah. So work on maybe downloading that. I shared a guide on how to even download the same. Karen, have you downloaded it and installed Power BI?
Not really, because at first it was having some technical issues. It was
Yeah.
telling me the address is not valid, but I'm trying again.
Yeah. Maybe let me present so that you see. I hope we are able to see the screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. Karen, you're also able to see it.
Yes.
And Mr. Lewis Gatimo. Okay, yeah. So you just go to your browser and maybe search Power BI download, right? And then come to downloads. That is Microsoft Power BI. And then click on, so this is find and download Power BI tools gateway. So you can click on this from Microsoft. You click on download Power BI. That is Microsoft Power BI. And so once you get to this, there is a Microsoft Power BI desktop. So there is those ones for Microsoft Power BI mobile, and then there is Microsoft on-premises data gateway, because that is the first thing that you have to know how to do. So it will maybe bring you to something like this. So and then you just click maybe open Microsoft Store. So it's loading, and then you click on open, right? So maybe click here, open. So it's loading, of course. But for me, I had downloaded it. That's why it's going directly to opening it on my desktop down at this point. I think you can see that. Yeah. So once it does that, of course, it's going to open maybe a new untitled one. But now I'd already downloaded Power BI. So let me know, Karen, what is the issue? Is it maybe getting you to that point?
When I tap download on the one for the desktop,
Yeah.
it's refusing to load the next page unless I tap advanced download options.
Oh, the other one, it's refusing to load.
Yeah,
Why? Am I
I'm
also
not sure.
this one you
You
download?
had, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's the one that's refusing to load. And the advanced download options is loading.
Let me see the advanced, what the advanced is saying. Let me see about select language. Maybe you, I don't know if you click on this download and see what it's saying. So have you clicked on this?
Yes, I have. It's loading.
Okay. Let's hear from Kibet.
I was downloading. It's halfway through.
Okay.
The Wi-Fi is kind of slow, I guess.
Okay. So how long should I give each of us to finish downloading that? How many more minutes do you need, Karen?
When I try to download using the advanced download options,
Hmm.
it's refused to bring like anything. There are no results.
Could you share your screen
Can
so that you also just have a look at what is happening there? Are you able to?
Yeah, let me share.
Okay. So Kibet is also mentioning something that you can search directly from Microsoft Store. Are you sharing, Karen? I was waiting for you.
1 minute. Let me try. Yeah, now I'm sharing. I'm trying to show you how it's
What
appearing.
are you using your phone?
I was using the laptop at first. I've switched devices.
So currently, what are you using?
My phone.
No, you can't download. Do the download via your phone.
Okay.
This one is
When
written.
I try to share,
That is written Microsoft Power BI desktop. So that is for a desktop.
when I try to share on my laptop, it's refusing to do so.
It's refusing to share.
Yeah, to share the screen.
Why is it so?
I'm not sure. Let me try and download it a second time.
Okay. Lewis, have you installed it?
Yes, I have the application.
Okay. Are you done, Kibet, with the download? Because I want us to go through the interface.
Yeah, it's almost done. I'd give it some around 30 seconds.
Okay. Yeah. And also, in maybe you're learning about Power BI, you'll be able to see how Power BI helps people or helps businesses in building dashboards or building reports. Let me just show you some of them from Microsoft. So I've written Microsoft Power BI, and we'll also learn how to publish your report because your report needs to be live. This is something that a report you can build even by using Excel, but Excel is not really that cool for building one, and it also doesn't allow you to even publish to a certain online server where you can share the link with people for them to be able to see what it is that you are working on. So Power BI dashboards. So you can have data that you're supposed to analyze, and let me look at images. Yeah, so maybe something like this. These are dashboards that you can have a look at. So there is this dashboard where it is counting. So opportunity count. It's not really clear. Let me go through the Microsoft Power BI one. Microsoft Beams. I'll also show you some that I've also created. Beams gallery. So yeah, you can even have a look at this report, the Superstore dashboard. Lewis, you remember there's a time I even gave you an assignment for using that Superstore data. I don't know whether you can realize that somebody built a report around it, and you'll be able to even check out and compare. I don't know whether it was you or Akina Kinoti Alvin, but yeah, one of you people. So let it load the data. Yeah, so you can see maybe this sales category. I'll share with you this data, the data for this Superstore dashboard, so that you also just have a look at it. So you can look at maybe sales by category. There were about 5 categories, if not 3. So there's technology, furniture, office supplies, and then you look at which one is leading in terms of its contribution. So technology has 0.18, furniture, you can see has 157,000. Sorry, this is 0.16 M. Yeah, 0.16 M, 157,188. And then you have a look at office supplies, is also contributing 151. Maybe sales by state, you can also see maybe sales by California, that is giving us about 91,301 sales. And you look at maybe up to the last one, which is South Dakota, just sold 163. So these sales are in dollars. They should be in dollars. Yeah. So you can even open through here. If you click the plus button and see different regions under North Carolina, Charlotte, Jacksonville, Greenville, Wilmington, and the likes until you get to Concord, which is 23. So this is part of business analytics, and that is what you want to have a look at throughout this program. How can you analyze business data and present it in a way that somebody can easily see and interact with it? This is different to, let me see if I get you some data here. Let me get you some data here and just have a look at so let me open this one. So somebody gives you maybe data like this. These are all data with question. So question text. So what is the price of Farasi Matchbox in this outlet? You look at maybe category, and they are up to geo level 6 up. So that is up to AX. So that is 26 times 20. So 26 plus 25. That is 51. 51 variables in that data. And then somebody gives it to you this way, and you can't really make any sense out of this. But you can use Power BI, this that we are talking about here, to present this information that you have here. You can use Power BI to analyze this information, right? So these are all maybe up to 789, but that might be little. Let me show you one here again. So that one is a little bit heavy, and that's why it seems like it's hanging. But it should be working in a few minutes, in a few seconds, sorry. But generally, that is now the power of what we call Power BI. So you'll also see that even in desktop, in Tableau. So that is profit, and then this is page number 2. Let's see what page number 1 contains. So page number 1 contains sales by segment. We have sales by trend. So how are the sales performing over a period of months? So you can even look at the number of customers that the company is having. Superstore, average order value. These are icons that you can also use to present what you are talking about. Total orders, and then you have maybe things on total profit, and then you have total sales. And then these are icons for different pages. We'll be able to see that. Top 10 customers, who is buying the most from this company, right? And you can see that it's Sean Miller. And sales by region, you can also see sales by subcategory, right? Have you been able to access this report? There's a report that I'm showing here. Yes?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. Are you also able to access it via your browser? Karen,
Yeah,
have you been able to even access this report via your browser,
via the browser.
or you're just
What do
looking
I
at what
search? No, I'm just looking at what you're doing.
Okay. Yeah. What you just look for is Microsoft Power BI themes. If you look at themes, but this is just to get you excited into what we are going to be doing. So if you click on themes gallery, this first one that comes from Fabric Community, and I'll also show you why we need to use these themes also. So if you look at this recently posted, under recently posted, I have Superstore dashboard, right? There is Superstore dashboard. Yeah. And also apart from that, there is also even other reports like maybe financial complaints you can also have a look at. But this one you can go through it at your free time just to look at it in depth. I might also just share this data, the data to this Superstore. But again, you can find it by googling global Superstore. Yeah, global Superstore dataset. This one. If you just Google it, and you'll find it in Kaggle. Kaggle is an online data repository. So just click on this global Superstore dataset. So if you have an account with the Kaggle, you can log in through that. But you can find it here and then download 12 MB posted by Mahalingapa. That is about 4 years ago. So that is global Superstore dataset. And that dataset, apart from maybe after doing some sort of cleaning here and there and removing maybe outliers and some dirty things, uh, it the author used now that clean data to create this report that we are now looking at here. So if you play around, you can even see like there's a filter for year. This is 2016. Maybe you want 2019 only. You want to see information for 2019. You click there on 2019. Which month? I want to see maybe for month number 11, and you will see the trend in terms of the sales. Yeah, but these are things that we are going to look at. Don't. What I'm just showing is how beautiful Power BI is for us to use it to analyze business data. Yeah. And any other thing that maybe look at another theme. Let me check if there's another theme here. So there's this one for financial complaints dashboard. It's loading. So what were finance? Suleiman Dadi, you did economics, right? Are we having Suleiman, or Suleiman has dropped? Or you're still on the move? Okay. So we are looking also at this one, the financial consumer complaints. So I don't know maybe where they got the data, but yeah, Suleiman, are you there? Okay. Yeah, so you're looking at this one is also a dashboard that somebody created. So you can look at maybe total complaints. I don't know what the whole thing is about. Let me check if they've given a description, but no, there is no description of what the dashboard is about. But yeah, we can just look at it as financial consumer complaints, and that is an overview. Total complaints that maybe this company has received is this. Timely response, that is 93.77%. How many complaints are in progress? And then resolved at cost, resolved at no cost, and such like things. Yeah. So resolved at no cost, you can see maybe 46,317, and then you look at all this information again presented presented in a graph form. Complaints by state, you can also see that these are things that we'll also be able to have a look at as we progress. Yeah. So are you done installing the desktop?
Yes, I am done with it.
Yes, that's good. How about Karen?
Yes, I've been able to download it.
That's good. So Suleiman, I think Suleiman, you'll have a look at it before we end the class. Ensure that you install, and also those who are going to maybe view the recording. Yeah, so that's it in terms of what you may need to know as a brief overview of what Power BI can do. We'll talk about the others, like maybe Tableau, but this is exactly even what Tableau also does. We'll be doing more of a repeat. Tableau themes. It's only that for Tableau, most of them are restricted. It's not a free tool as compared to Power BI, and that's why I wanted us to start with something that is free. You see, it's talking to me about pricing and the likes. Okay. We don't have one. They require us to join to log in, which is something that I don't. But yeah, you can also see something like these. These are some of the dashboards again that you can create with Tableau. You can see something like this. It's more or less similar to what Power BI has done for us. I think it's loading. Oh, okay, here we are. So there's a sales dashboard here. The total sales, opportunities, average, upsize, I don't know, average, I don't know whether that is optimization or what, but it can be. Then this is velocity, and then you can look at total sales by marketing channels. Yeah. So marketing, enterprise sellers, and partners. Those are the three key uh, channels of marketing. Then there's sales and opportunities, yeah, and then total sales 20K or less, and many more. So this is also a dashboard. Loss, quality, solution, proposal, and I think those are the pages that you may also just want to have a look at. Yeah, so this is it for an intro on on Power BI and also just dashboards and the likes. Yeah, so what you are going to do basically is business analytics. So this is not maybe no, let me not go to what it is not, but talk about what it is. Give me some examples of business data that you may think of. I mean, we have been talking about them on the go. So everybody, like, just give me any kind of data that you think might fit our category of business intelligence or business analytics. Let's go. Kibet, Ian, think of business data that we may use to analyze, or we may use Power BI to analyze.
Consumer sales in a specific place, maybe.
Consumer sales in a specific place. So example, give more, be a little bit more concrete.
A random example.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, let's say how, like unga, maybe. Let's give a random example. Unga in Kenya.
Yeah.
Yeah, sold by a specific company.
Okay. So, what will you want to analyze about it?
Uh, what do I want? Huh. Maybe the profit generated, something like that. I'm just giving random examples.
Yeah, examples has to be random. Yeah, so maybe profit. Yeah, profit is part of business analytics. And when you talk about data analytics, you can't miss a conversation around what is the profit that you are making and what are the losses that you're making, right?
Yes.
Next, Karen, give us 2 examples.
I'd give an example of employee records.
Uh-huh.
Maybe a business owner would like to analyze performance metrics of the various employees. So they would need the data about the employees as well.
Yeah, sales performance by employees. And I'll give you a data of that sample. Maybe a data that I'm working on. I'll just need to change a few things here and there. But yes. Another thing, I asked for 2. You mentioned 1. Correct.
Okay, a second one would be general sales or like customer transactions. Yeah, I don't know how to explain that one more.
Just explain it in the way you wanted. We'll help you clean it.
Okay, the one for sales, I was thinking if it was done like region wise, just to see if people are increasing sales or decreasing.
Mhm.
And that one for customer transactions, I'm not sure how to phrase that one. Like, what analytics would you require?
Maybe you may do like the number of transaction a customer is making per day. To think of it as maybe Safaricom. Safaricom may want to analyze how many times have you withdrawn during this, maybe on today, or how many times have you even used like their product, the M-Pesa product, right? Have you bought
Yeah,
maybe credit? Is it credit or maybe the airtime? Sorry.
that time.
Yeah. So how many times have you purchased maybe today? How much have you withdrawn just today, or maybe sent to somebody? And then now, after looking at it within today, they can now extend it to now in a certain period, a period of 1 week, right? And that is why Safaricom is also able to even help the government in fraud detection, or maybe in tracking a criminal, right? Yeah, because they might just say that at this point in time, this guy withdrew 20,000 here, went again, deposited it somewhere. So they know that you transact within that day, you transacted maybe 3 times in different locations. They also need to look at the locations that you did the transactions. So for you, if you are looking at maybe customer transaction, give an example of event like PayPal. PayPal also wants to know like the number of times that you are using maybe their platform to make payments here and there. Yeah, that is a transaction kind of. Which other company might also be interested in transactions that you're making? Even KPLC, yeah, customer transaction. They have to be checking that. Also, these um, lending companies. For example, the what? The Tala, the branch, is branch still in Kenya? I don't know whether they are still active. but there's Branch, and also there's which other company? Zenka, right? Zenka, I believe, is also one of them. So those are companies that are really interested in customer transaction per day. Yeah. Lewis, give us your examples.
Product performance with respect to the sales.
Yeah, product performance. We saw product performance in when we were looking at the examples of themes. So the themes that was used here in let me check it, Superstore, and we now even give those examples as we even look at this. Yeah. So if you look at so if you see this icon by there, this is the icon for Power BI. So whenever you see that icon, know it is Power BI being displayed. So you can see here, this page basically speaks to sales by region, right? So because the state is a region, and again, you come even to this state, this one is also talking about profit, total sales, profit, and then the profit ratio. So this is sales by region also. You come to this, sales by category, right? So technology, furniture, office supplies, yeah, you look at it, and then we are presenting this analysis for sales by category. You also even see sales profit versus maybe the trend, versus sales and profit trends. So this one is sales, this other line is for profit, and we'll also be able to see those ones as we move ahead. Another one should be here. Now this is now analysis for products. Yeah, you can see maybe furniture. I don't know what they are talking about here. Okay, so furniture, total sales, total quantity, average price. Yeah, you come to here again, product details. Here they're giving names of every product that we have. So you can see here you're given an example of recycled envelope, product name is that, quantity, and then the sales that were made 63, quantity 9, and yeah. So you can go down for all the products that you have here, and then you click, you maybe see every product and see how many or maybe how much is it bringing. So this one now, this page is now talking about like when the orders were taken. So these are things that you can analyze. When did somebody place an order? When was that order confirmed? When did it leave the store for it to be shipped to the customer? When did it arrive? Right? Yeah, because again, there are those people who make orders to maybe Amazon, and then the product is not maybe available in Africa, or it's not available in Kenya. Yeah, so it has to be shipped. So it's either brought by air or brought by Nini, and then you go and collect it somewhere. Or you make orders of it, if it come a Jumia, through Jumia. And then after some time, Mr. Jumia calls you, the product has arrived. The moment the product is given to you, they send a confirmation back to Jumia that the order has arrived and has been picked. Yeah. So those are part of records that companies do put or maybe do have. Another example that you might also want to look at is, let me look for a theme on HR. Let me look at human resource. And then you see again what we can. So that is human resource report. You'll be able to see what you have there. So let me see. HR attrition. So provides insights into employee turnover within an organization. So employee term. So when you talk about HR attrition, like the rate at which we are, at which people are leaving maybe the company, and the rate at we are recruiting new people. Yeah. Over a certain period of time, you may want to see how many employees have left. Yeah, that is part of records that a company keeps. So you can see HR attrition. So this one is saying show only attrition. Okay. So there is attrition and then there is retention. So attrition is the rate at which people are leaving. Then retention again, how many people are we retaining in the company? Like they are not like that prone to maybe leaving the company. Okay, so there are these things. Yeah. So overview. So this is 27th May 2021 to 08 May 2022. So attrition rate 19.2%. That means like a total of 19.2% of the total employees that we had left. So total attrition, so there is 237 and then we have 1,233 being the current employees. So 237 left, which is equivalent to 19.2%. So you can also even see it granularly in terms of the department, which department has high number of people leaving. So if you see this one, which looks like yellow, that is attrition. So R&D department, 133 people left. Sales, 92. HR, 12 people left. So we retained 15. Here we retained 354. Job role. Laboratory technicians, those are the ones who are leaving very highly, 62. Sales executive, 57. Research scientists, and you can look at that in and even in terms of like when you are not prone to leaving. Let me see. No, that is 12. I wanted it arranged in ascending order, but I see it doesn't care about the order. Yeah, so that is it. So this is also an example of HR attrition board or maybe report that you can have a look at. So you can see here it provides insights into employee turnover within an organization. It is crucial for human resources departments and company leadership to understand why employees are leaving and identify potential improvement areas. So these are things that if you analyze and then now give information to a company, ask them, there is a very high rate of turnover. Like, why is it that people are leaving? And then they can even go ahead to collect qualitative data to just understand why people are prone to leaving the company. Yeah, is it maybe in terms of we are not leading them well, we are not paying them well, and things like that, right? Again, you may see that this is at 95%. If you want to reduce the percentage, you just maybe go down a little bit. So for you to zoom out, if you want to see it in 3D. If you want to maybe have it to 50%, that is also up to you. But yeah, you may want to just maintain it here at around 95%, because 95% you are able to see everything. Any question? That is an intro. Before we go down to looking at Power BI itself, the Microsoft Power BI desktop. Any question? Karen, do you have any question?
No, I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Okay. How about Kibet?
No questions here. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. How about your excitement about what Power BI can do? Or maybe anything you have to say about Power BI. There's a part that is called power. So what is the power that Power BI has? The brief one that you've now maybe looked at. Is it something that is beautiful to you, Mr. Lewis? Lewis Gatimu,
Yeah.
is it something that looks beautiful to you?
Actually, I do love Power BI, and I'm very eagerly waiting for Tableau. Yeah,
Why do you love Power BI? Stop mentioning Tableau right now. We'll talk about Tableau later. But yeah.
I find
Uh-huh.
I think I find Power BI user friendly, and also its functions. Some functions are easy to comprehend compared to other tools like maybe Excel. I don't know. It offers a good platform, I think, for doing pre- uh, presentable and eye-catching analysis. Yeah.
Okay. Before Lewis spoke, Eric, your mic was on. You wanted to say something. If you're speaking, you're on mute. Okay. How about who else? Suleiman, you're on mute or still on transit. Okay. Um, let's proceed. And now maybe look at Power BI now, the desktop that you are talking about. So when you talk about Power BI, there are two things. Microsoft has Power BI desktop. There's Power BI desktop, and the other one is what? Apart from Power BI desktop, the other one is anybody who knows.
The mobile version.
There's mobile
Power
version.
BI
Uh-huh.
report publisher.
Yeah, so there's Power BI desktop and also there is Power BI service. So Power BI service. So we have these two things. Um, so Power BI service is where you publish a report. Once you are done with your analysis and then you want people to have a look at it, you publish your report to the Power BI service. That is number one thing to note. Let me just show you difference between Power BI. So there's Power BI desktop and Power BI service. So let's see this one. What did you say? So okay. Um, so many data sources transforming. That is not what we wanted. Okay, gateway connections. I'll show you what gateway connections are, and then we have dashboards, apps, and workspaces. Yeah, there are workspaces in Power BI service. I think that one we'll do it in week 2 so that you see what Power BI service is. Paginated reports and sorry, I'm seeing a comment from Suleiman. Don't worry. Yeah, I've seen your comment in terms of being held up on the way. But yes, you look at Power BI desktop and then Power BI service, and you're able to see maybe the difference as maybe the themes, gateway connections, RLS management, paginated reports, apps and workspaces, and that I'll be able to show you as we go, as we move along. Many data sources, and that we'll be able to see. Yeah, but the key thing is you can work with Power BI desktop offline. That is the key difference. That Power BI desktop, you can work on it with it remotely, not really remotely, but you don't need data connection for you to be working with the desktop. But for the Power BI service, you must be connected. Yeah. If your company has an account with Power BI, Power BI service. Let me see. Login. Yeah, for me, I have that, and so I'll be able to show you what Power BI service is here. Yeah, so it's requiring me to sign in. But this is what we call Power BI Microsoft Power BI service, or Microsoft Power BI service. Yeah. So maybe these are some of the reports that I've been able to publish. I'll show you how to be able to publish this. But within Power BI, you can start creating maybe a report here using something called create. And then get an Excel data and the rest. But you don't want to get into this. We'll get into this in week 2. Let's look at Power BI desktop. So once you have downloaded your Power BI, you can come here and search Power BI. You come into the search bar here and search Power BI desktop, and that is what you want to look at. Confirm if you are able to click and open your Power BI. So it's opening. Welcome. I saw somebody like okay, Winnie Ambogo. I think she's left a little bit. Are you able to open your desktop this way? Like this is the first thing you're seeing.
I did not see this green
This
looking
one.
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're seeing this.
Yes. Yes, I see that.
How about Nani? Karen.
For me, I'm seeing the intro. What is Power BI?
Or like
And then there's like a cycle.
the green one.
It's like it's just like it's written getting started, then intro, what is Power BI, but it doesn't look like that.
It doesn't look like this.
Yeah.
Okay, we're sorting you next. Let me hear from Nani. Lewis is just this way. Lewis, get him.
Yeah, it's like that.
Okay, Karen, can you? But are you able to access this? Like, are you able to get to this point, Karen?
Let me try again. I'm trying to reopen it. I see if it will lead me there.
Yeah, just notify us in the next 2 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, I've been able to access that part.
Now you're good, eh?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Yeah. So tell me what you're seeing the first moment you open Power BI. Eric, tell me 4 things you're seeing. Eric, you're on mute. Kibet, sorry,
Yes.
Kibet.
Okay. My name is not Eric.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my dad's name. Okay, the first thing I see is visualizations.
So when you open yours, you're seeing this.
Yeah, that's the first thing that I saw that was it was right there.
What else did you see? So let me hide this way so that you focus. So you can, if you find it hidden, you can
Yeah.
put it so that yeah, this way. Okay.
There is this thing for add data to your report. Once loaded, your data will appear in the data pane.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the workspace.
Yes.
What else? What are you seeing, Karen?
I'm seeing options to import data from Excel, SQL Server, paste data in a blank template, and use sample data.
Yeah, you repeated what Kibet said. But yeah, you can even play around and just see. I'm seeing this. Okay. I'm seeing One Lake Data Hub. Yeah, because that is also part of what is glaring here. I'm seeing SQL Server, enter data, because you can also manually enter data. You're seeing Dataverse, what are the recent sources? You're seeing things around transform data. That is home. You go to maybe insert, you're seeing page. So this is a new page. So you can see here we are on page 1. So if I want a new page, I just come to insert and then new page. But that can be a long process. I just click on plus. I can also maybe delete that page. But the problem is if you delete the page, it is going to be permanently deleted. So you can't do maybe it's because I've not saved this report. But if I had saved this report and then maybe deleted, if you save the report later, Power BI will permanently delete it. Do you want to delete this page? Delete. If you had saved the report and delete that, it could be permanently deleted. So if you want to add pages, you just click on this because maybe your report is going to contain 10 pages. So you just delete those. So you can even mark them. Let me see if you can mark and delete them. Okay, so it's not possible for you to mark them. So you can delete them manually, then delete this, and then delete this also. And then we here, and then page 2 deleted. And yes, so that's it. You go to modeling. We'll talk about what modeling is. Tomorrow we'll create model or create relationship between two what? Create relationship between data sets. I'll give you some two data sets just for you to see. View is how you want your page to be. Yeah. If I use maybe if you go to view and maybe click this, you'll see how your page is now looking like, right? So this is just playing around again with even them. You go to maybe something like this one, and then it changes automatically. Yeah. You click on maybe something else. Which one? Play around with them, and just for you to see. And we were talking about themes, and I'll show you when we can go to Microsoft Power BI, download a theme, and come and paste it here. So browse for themes. Here, if you click on browse for themes, if I had downloaded a certain theme, I can come here and click on it. Click on that theme, open, and then load it. but I'll show you that later. You can change how you want your page to be looking like, page view or mobile layout. So if you want it to be in terms of to be looking like how you will see it on a mobile, then you click on mobile layout, right? You click on this one. But that is something that maybe you don't want. Yeah, I want it to just be seen this way. If you want grid lines, you can add grid lines there. You'll be able to see it when you have built your report. Yeah, you can play around with those things and just see. Yeah, bookmarks, we'll also talk about bookmarks and even slicers. And if you want help, so refresh visuals, this one you can even refresh from here. You'll see this refresh. It is grayed out because you have not loaded any data. So if you want any help, you can go to the community of Power BI people. You can go to documentation and click on it, and it brings you to Microsoft documentation here. I think it's loading. And then if you go back again, okay, so get started with Power BI. You can see here how Power BI desktop works, connect data, shape data with queries, install and run Power BI. So that is connect to data. We'll have a look at this. Yeah. Power BI for developers. You can also submit an idea. If you want to submit an idea, you can click on that and come to Microsoft, where now you can be able to be part of that Microsoft community. So here is where you click now that idea, submit an idea, and yes. Maybe in terms of how Microsoft can improve even Power BI. Yeah, consulting services, you click on that. So I think that is a brief on on how Microsoft Power BI looks like. Another thing, maybe file, uh, get data, share, save as, save. So can you try saving this? So you can click on this, or you can click on Control Save, Control S, right? It's always Control S, and then it gives you Power BI saves in .pbix. You can go to maybe something like SPSS saves in .sav and .spv. R, you can add .r, right? And you look at even extensions for something like Python, extensions for other tools, even Tableau, you'll be able to see. But Power BI saves in .pbix. So if you save that, find where you want to store it. Yeah, you can browse for more options and maybe store it in where? Let me see. Browse. You can browse this device if you don't find the specific locations that you want. But I can maybe store it in Power BI and documents and come to maybe somewhere like Bounty Analytica, and now maybe save it as Power BI, part of Power BI, sorry, and save it here. So BI elites. So you can see it's .pbix, and then I save it there. So if you check here, it is no longer untitled, but it is BI elites. Okay, so that's it. And so if you have a look at, if you see this, um, if you see this, you can see that maybe the other things that you haven't talked about might be common data sources. Yeah, Power BI has so many sources for you to get data. You can get data as .csv, right? You can get data from the web. If you click more, you can also get from SQL Server for those who have worked with SQL or SQL. So you can get even from SharePoint, from Oracle, right? A database, IBM. So like Azure is also here. There's so many. There's Dynamics, yeah. GitHub. You can also get data from GitHub, from even QuickBooks. Now there is integration between Power BI and the QuickBooks, yeah. From web, from Spark, R script, Python script, yeah. You can even get also from cloud. I mean, there are so many ways for you to connect data to Power BI. Even Google Sheets. You can see here is also Google Sheets. Yeah, import data from Google Sheets. Which looks very interesting. I've just seen it. I think that is an improvement that they've made. I've never seen it there. From even Survey Monkey. So these are places for you to get data, provided your data is sitting in those areas. Yes. Any question before I take you to something else? Do you have any question? Are we together, Karen?
Yes, yes, we are.
Okay. How about Kibet?
Yeah,
Okay.
everything's
Okay. Yeah. I hope everyone is following. Yeah. So that is how places where you can get data. So you realize that we are in the report view. There are these three things here. We are in the report view. So where you can see the report. Here is where you are able to. Here is where you're able to see your report. Instead of going to get data here, you can also see that you can just click import data from Excel, and then you have these ones, right? You can import data from SQL Server. If you can create that connection, what is the name of your server, and then everything, and then you click on OK. You'll be able to do that. Paste data into a blank table. If you have data that you had copied maybe from Excel, you can paste it into a blank table and give your table a name and then load. If that is not possible, you can try a sample data set. Yeah. So two ways to use sample. So take a tutorial online or experiment your own. So yeah, that is how you can get data. So this is the report section. Then there's this. This is the table view. So once I have loaded any data here, I'll be able to see everything on this page. I'll be able to see the variable names. Even if there are 20, I'll be able to see that. If there are 10, if there are 15, I'll be able to see the variable names. And then I'll be able to see that data in rows. So this is blank because we have not loaded any data yet. So it tells me get data. I don't want to get data right now. Then there is this one for creating relationships between data sets. We'll understand about relationships tomorrow. You'll be able to see what relationships is. Hapa sio relationship ya wewe na verified or wewe na mpoa. Yeah. This is a relationship between two data sets. Two or more. You can even find in a case where you have loaded 10 different kinds of data, but there's a way they are connected. I hope you've heard the concept of relational databases, databases that are related. If you study something like SQL or SQL, you will learn that it has relationships between, or maybe it supports tables that are related. Yeah, a table A is related to table B, which is related to table C, and so on and so forth. So that is what we call relational databases. So you can even see right now that there is some connection. If you look at this, suppose it was table 1, it is related in a way to table 2. It is related in a way to table 3. Look at it in what way? Lewis, can you remember foreign keys and primary keys? Lewis Gatimo? Or you don't remember? So Lewis is silent. Yeah, but there's something around primary keys and secondary key. We'll be able to even learn them tomorrow. Let me say so. Okay, I'll talk about it tomorrow so that you understand how relationship is created between one table and the next table or between one data set. Now think about it. One data set contain maybe a variable called product ID, and that product ID is exactly similar to another product ID contained in another data set. So the common thing between these two different data sets is just product ID. And that product ID is what we use to connect the two tables. So I have to, if I connect this to this, then it means like there's a certain variable in this first one that is similar to the second to another variable here. Suppose it might also even be the date. Order date, upate kuna order date hapa na upate another one that maybe date or maybe date ordered. So here it's called maybe order date, here it might be date ordered. Like the name doesn't have to be the same. Exactly. Right? I might even call it here date. Here I call it order date. But provided like I have a date here and I have a date here, I can connect them. So that is what we call now creating maybe a relationship. But if you have one table or maybe one data set, you don't need to come to this place, this model view. You don't have to come there. I might show you an example with a data set that I was doing for, this is for Kappa. I don't want you to see the values that are there. But now look at this one here. Okay. I don't know why. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I have 3 tables here, but they are tables that have not created the relationship because there wasn't any. Sometimes you might find that your table doesn't have relationship with another one. So this one needs to stay somewhere. Yeah, maybe here. So there is nothing that is really connecting them here. But if I had something that is common between the two, you'll easily see some arrows here. I'll give you a data set tomorrow for you to just see that. Yeah. So that is a brief introduction. Sorry, that is a brief introduction about Power BI. About Power BI. So I don't know if there is any question, because today I wanted us to deal more on introducing this. Okay, I've not shared data with you, but let me show you how you can import data from Excel. Or not even, let's start with entering data. So, okay, let's start with importing. So I have these ones. I think these ones I downloaded them somewhere. Okay, yeah, so maybe I have even Global Superstore. It's a little bit heavy. Let me find this one. Apocalypse Food Prep. So please wait while we establish maybe connection. Yeah. So when you're loading data, if you have an Excel data in your file in your computer, try to load it. So I have that one. You just go to import data. You just go to import data and then navigate to where you have it. Sometimes maybe it doesn't come directly there. Maybe it was contained in downloads. So I go to downloads and look at where I can find it. So I click on maybe this Apocalypse Food Prep and then click on open. So it is opening. And then you will see this navigator. And then now you click on sheet 1. So if you don't click, you won't see a preview of your data. So it is showing because I had already clicked sheet 1. So once that is done, you come here and write or maybe click. If your data is clean, you can click on load. But if your data is dirty, click on transform data. But in all cases, even if you think your data is clean, I will not advise you to click load. You may just need to click transform data so that you have a look at your data one more time, so that you see if there's any issue. Yeah. So there's it. Let me just click on refresh. Yeah. So maybe my data. Oh, and we'll also talk about data cleaning. Let's look at doing data cleaning tomorrow. And for you to know whether your data is clean, so this one has only 1, 2, 3, 4. For you to know whether your data is clean, this green thing here, this one, if it is not full, then your data is not clean. It's not fully clean. If you find even maybe some part is a little bit gray, you'll find some part has this color. Haiko clean hapa, like it's not fully clean. You'll see that it is dirty. So you check on those ones. You check on even so tomorrow we'll talk about even data cleaning. So creating relationship and also cleaning data. And then Wednesday we talk about now analyzing that data. And then in the next class after that we'll talk about Dutch language or DAX. People call it Dutch or DAX. You'll see what it is. But yeah, if you look at your data now, once you've tried to download it, you can see that there's something ABC. And then there's this one which is 1.2. Then there's this one that has something like a calendar. So this tells you data type. In Excel also we have, in Power BI also we have data types. And data types, ABC is a text. ABC, this is a text. You can see rice, dried beans, canned vegetables, milk, Walmart, Costco, and the likes. You see 1.2, then it is telling you that this is a decimal kind of data. And you even see there are decimals here. You see this one which is for date, then it is telling you like this one is a date. Like you see this calendar, this is a date. So suppose this was written ABC and it is not supposed to be ABC. It is supposed to be maybe numbers. You click on this ABC so that you change. You can see here we have different kinds of data sets, data types. We have decimal numbers, we have fixed decimal numbers, whole numbers, percentage. So if you see 1, 2, 3, then it is whole numbers. We have percentage, date, time, time zone, duration, text, true or false, binary. Yeah, those are kind of data types in Excel, in Power BI. Sorry, I keep on mentioning Excel because for some reason maybe I use Excel. Yeah, so that is data types. And another thing with Power BI, the moment you load data, any transformation that you do on your data, You can see it here, applied steps. So which step are you seeing? The last step. Karen, step ya mwisho unaona ni gani? Karen, you're on mute.
The last step is changed type.
Change the type.
Change the type.
What is the first step, Lewis? Lewis Gatimu.
Pardon?
So what is the first step of data cleaning that has happened here?
Then change type.
Is that the first or the last?
I think
You were,
it's the first.
you were sleeping. The first one is actually promoted headers. These ones might not be step. Source is not a step really, but it's just if you click on source, it is going to tell you where the data came from. You can see here. It came from documents. Inside documents, there is Bounty Analytica, and then there is Power BI data, and then there's Apocalypse Food. So that is the path it followed. So that is not a. So if you look at also navigation, yes, Lewis. So the first thing,
Promoted headers.
yeah.
Is it a data cleaning process?
Not
Or
really.
is just like it's something automatic that Power BI does to everything?
So what I was saying is like the steps that have been taken to work on this data. So the first thing that happened, of course, it's navigation. I navigated and clicked on sheet. That is first thing that I did. Promoted headers, Power BI does it by default. Yeah, I think there's a mess yenye tumefanya hapa. Power BI does it on default. Okay, yeah. So if you click on navigation here, our headers were, the headers of our columns were previously maybe column 1, column 2, hivi. So Power BI promoted them and it came to, now it is no longer column 1, but now it is store, product, and the likes. And then when you look at it, you can see product is, it is ABC123. So it is a little bit confused on it doesn't know, initially didn't know like what data type it is. Even if you look at price, look at date, and then Power BI automatically changed the data types. After reading through that data, it changed the data type. If I do something here and maybe, for example, delete this, and maybe you delete one of the things inside here, or let's say we change this data type to true false, of course it will still be part of cancel. That one is the wrong one. What manipulation can we do on this data? I don't know if we can. Okay, let's see. If I remove this column, I've highlighted the first one, and then I right click and then say remove. You can see here removed columns. It is notifying us of the step that we took, which is remove. I removed columns. Are we together?
Yes, we are together.
Okay. Yeah, I hope that one is understood or overstood. So I can just Control Z and maybe if I can Control Z, but that is if it is not working, click on this. So you can see an X. So when you want to go back to a step that you did by mistake, you come here and click this one. Click this X. But don't come and click it from katikati hapa. Utakuwa umemess, right? If you try clicking it, Power BI gives you a warning. Are you sure you want to delete this step? Deleting this step may affect subsequent steps, which could cause your query to break. So you cancel. So you start going unaanzia hapo. It gets me back to this. So once I am done, there's this green thing I was telling you people to hover around. You can see there is zero error, and then there is no data that is empty. There's no data that is empty. 60 are valid, which is 100%. Similar to maybe this one. Yeah, similar to this. So that tells you that this row, it is clean. Actually, haina SIDA. For those who might call it SIDA. Yeah, we'll talk about these filters later. But that is it. And then once you are done with all this, yeah, you come here and click close and apply. You click close and apply, and then you click that one. And then once you click close and apply, you'll be able to see some maajabu hapa. It is loading. Sheet 1 is loading. There's something that I did not tell you, but I'll just tell you right now. I don't know why it is taking long to load, but because the data is also light. Oh, okay, ndio hiyo. Yeah. So you can see right now that we already have data here. It is written here sheet 1. Yeah. If now I click this table view, I can be able to see the data that I have. You can see I have product, store, price, and date. So it is still named sheet 1. Suppose I want to change this name from sheet 1, I just click on this and go to edit query. If I edit that query, you can see here name, properties name. This is something that you could have done maybe badai. Well, not badai, but before. Let me call it maybe BI Elite. And then click on enter. And then we go back to close and apply. You can see the name has changed from sheet 1 to BI Elite. Then there is this drop down. If you click it, you're able to see all the columns that you have. Yeah. So if you click even in this side of relationship, you can see we only have one table or one data. Okay. That is loading data into Power BI. That is using Excel. We can also enter data manually, right? By clicking here, enter data. Give the table a name, BI Elites 2. And then maybe column ya kwanza, you rename it to maybe name. You go to age, height, and then you come here to maybe weight. And then you define now name, Lewis Gatimu, age 45, height. What is your height, Lewis?
5'6".
So let's call it 5'6". And your weight?
65. Hapo kwa age ni 54 actually.
I'll change it. And then we go to Karen. Karen, Karen is 16. And then what is your height, Karen?
5'7".
Oh, okay. Lewis, you need to work hard. And then wait,
Sisi ndo tunabamba.
let me give weight, maybe 60. And then we go to Ian Kibet. Ian Kibet is clocking 38. Ian, what's your height?
5'11".
5'11". Yeah, that's good. Okay, the other ones I did not write. So maybe weight, we give Ian 71. Yeah, I mean, and you can even have Boniface is also there, just turned 18, and 6'2", and then weight, and yeah. So that is what you have. And Bill Makaka. So this is part of. You can enter data or you can import data. So you can do this similar thing in Excel, right? So we have Bill, that is 21, and Bill is around 5'6". Weight should be that, and then I think that is that. Yeah. So once you are done with this kind of information, then you click on load. You load your data, and then when you look at this place, let's see what is going to happen. So now you can see here we have two data sets, BI Elites and BI Elites 2. When you come here and select, so depending on the one you've selected, here we are shown BI Elites 1, the first one, because it's the one you've selected. We click on 2, it selects now, right? You go to this place, it is trying to create a relationship, but there is no variable here that looks similar to variable here that we can create connection with. Let me go back to this and say, let me see. So it has changed for me data types already. Yeah. So that is part of the cleaning that I wanted it to do for us. No, that is not what we wanted. Yeah. So change type source. Let me see what this one is naming for us for source. So table rows JSON. Yeah. So this is what I wanted. So suppose I add maybe something like date, and say three 42 3 4 1 32 6 1 6 7 8 0 8 4 1, so 4 5 2 5 4. Okay, and then once I come here and change it to date, cancel, insert, we should be here. Okay, change it to, why is it writing for us error? Okay, so we couldn't pass in. Okay, so what I was figuring out is whether it can change it like Excel. Excel, when you put information, when you put data, let me show you that. When you put, for example, 5, 6, 7, I wanted it to do it a little bit quick. Instead of us writing down dates, it will take time. Wanted a shortcut. So long date. So for example, you see, if I write maybe 5, 6, 5, 4, and put it down, it is changing it into a date. So let me check. If you write 1, so the first date that Excel recognizes as 1 is Sunday, January 1st, 1900. That is when it starts counting. So 1, if you put 0, I've never seen, but let me try out 0 and have it as, so unaona Saturday, January 0, 1900, which it doesn't really make sense. 1, 2, 3, you go to even you go to even 1000, 1002, and then it is now 1902. Yeah, that's it. So that is what I wanted, but it is not working here. So it might force us to just add date manually, and that is it's gonna take a little bit time. So if your data is not clean, you can see it gives you this red, which means it's an error. So you can actually see five errors, but I can delete this and say remove. Yeah, but when I'm done with that transformation, I click on maybe close and apply, so that I see what is there. So that is loaded. And then yeah, so what we've talked about today is the description or maybe overview of Power BI, how you can enter data. And we've done a little bit, a brief intro into cleaning data. And I'll share some resource for you to just look at how you can clean data, because we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Any question before you close?